Victory! Entourage the movie. So Entourage is the movie that is the continuation of everything that had happened on the Entourage show back in 2011, and this takes place about 9 months or so after the events of the finale of Entourage. And like Sex and the City, which was HBO's like continuation of a show through movie form, Entourage is next in line, which probably means in a couple of years we're gonna get a sequel. And if you remember at the end of the Entourage series finale, Ari Gold has been promoted to studio head, and in the beginning of the Entourage movie, he calls Vincent Chase and says to him, "Hey, as my first movie as studio head, I want you to star in it." And Vincent Chase is like, "Yeah, I'll do it, but I get to direct it as well." That's pretty much the entire story of the movie, and that is all you really need to know. This movie has been getting slammed by critics. It has like I think a 30% on Rotten Tomatoes, and critics everywhere saying, I didn't like it. And this movie is a perfect example of A, why I don't like critics, and B, a perfect example of a movie that is made strictly for the fans. If you're a fan of the Entourage movie, you're gonna love this. I know it's because you know me. I'm a huge fan of the Entourage show. I did my review of the show, and I absolutely love the show. And I can safely say that this is awesome. This is everything I wanted an Entourage movie to be. In fact, this is pretty much what I wanted the series finale to be. It's just, oh, it's so satisfactory. I mean, for one, it was great to see the guys back again. It was great to see Vince, Drama, Turtle, and Ari Gold back together again. And especially, I really started to feel like, okay, we're back. When they play the opening credits and during the opening credits they have the Entourage theme. I was like, we're back. You know, I felt giddy inside. It was awesome. And it was just great to see these guys. They haven't really changed one bit. I mean, shoot, Ari Gold is still the same Ari Gold that he was the last time you saw on the show, which is definitely him screaming things out, saying the most offensive shit possible, and yet laughing really, really hard. And a lot of critics are just like, he's pretentious, he's rude, and everything like that. How can people like that? We like it because it's funny. I'm someone who likes offensive humor. I like when people get offended I like to see the reactions and just be like, oh, I can't believe they said that. And you're just looking at them going like, that's pretty funny. But yeah, it's just like, you know, it's just like Jeremy Piven still kills it as Ari Gold, and that's incredible. The writing is still like classic Entourage. You watch the movie, you're like, yeah, the writing is exactly how I remember the writing to be in the Entourage show. It's awesome. I mean, Doug Ellen's a really, really talented writer in terms of dialogue and so forth. Like the rapport all the guys have, it's incredible, and you still feel that rapport with all the guys, and they're just talking about relationships and celebrities and everything like that. It's great, man. The new characters in this movie are pretty good too. Like you have Billy Bob Thornton and Haley Joel Osment in this movie. They're playing like this father and son duo that is funding the movie that Vincent Chase is directing, and it's funny to see these guys just try to act like they know the movie industry, but they clearly don't. Some of the stuff they say in this movie is pretty funny. You know what I mean? It definitely sort of like parodies like the way the studio like funding movie system works. You know what I mean? Some of the stuff in this movie I was like I didn't really care for. Like some of the E. Sloan stuff. I'm always like, I got frustrated by this by season 8, and I was like, okay, at least in the series finale, they've agreed to be together. What do we get in Entourage? No, they still have their on again, off again relationship in this movie. I was just like, oh, again? We have to suffer through it again? You know what I mean? And it's just, yeah, I honestly felt like it was slowing the movie down and just really kind of frustrated me at times. And the cameos. Some of the cameos I thought worked really well, like the Mark Wahlberg cameo or the T.I. cameo. And there's some in this movie that I was just like, oh, that's pretty random. Like, there's like the Jessica Alba cameo in this movie or the Pharrell Williams cameo. I was like, it's just like, I kind of feel like it was Doug Ellen or someone who's just like picked names out of a hat and they're just like, we're going to have this celebrity in this movie. How? I don't know, but we're going to have them in this movie. And they did. It's just, it's questionable to say the least. But yeah, overall, the Entourage movie is exactly what an Entourage fan has wanted in an Entourage movie. It is a great it is what I wanted the finale to be. It was funny. It brought back all the Entourage nostalgia. It made me smile throughout the whole time. Just don't believe what the critics say, because clearly they didn't want to like this movie in the first place. I know this because I've read reviews of critics saying I didn't like the show, so that's why I didn't like the movie. So just go in with your own instincts, and trust me. When I went to the showing of Entourage, like literally almost the entire crowd clapped at the very end. So just go in with what you feel like, and I'm pretty sure you're either gonna love it or you're gonna hate it. But for me, I absolutely love this movie. I can't wait to watch it again and again and again. It's probably my favorite comedy of the year so far. So I'm going to give Entourage an 8.5 out of 10. I will say that if you're an Entourage fan, you've probably seen this movie, and if you haven't, then go see this movie. If you're not an Entourage fan, I don't really know if you'll like it or not, depending on kind of how you feel about the Entourage show. And if you're someone who's just like, I haven't watched the show, but I'm curious about the movie, give it a shot, because this movie can be enjoyed for someone who isn't a fan of Entourage. So yeah, that's my thoughts on the Entourage movie, and I will give you guys my review of Jurassic Park and Jurassic World in the coming days, so stay tuned.